Panasonic is striving to make India a manufacturing hub from which they can export products to Middle Eastern and African markets. But what makes their approach particularly interesting is the environmentally conscious way in which they are executing this approach. They are audaciously attempting to prove that it's possible to have the best of both the worlds, to be sustainable while also being productive. Follow us under the bonnet of their Techno Park in Jhajjar, a manufacturing facility that is working towards the bold goal of zero environmental damage.
A robust manufacturing sector is vital for any country for achieving high economic growth rate. Manufacturing industry is the backbone of an economy, but it comes with an ugly underbelly. Nearly 1/3 of the world's energy consumption and 36% of its carbon dioxide emissions can be attributed to manufacturing industries. India is now the world's 3rd biggest emitter of carbon dioxide. Constantly exposed to these harmful emissions are the employees. However, workers like Munish Patel have advantages of a different kind.
मैं यहाँ पे 2 साल से काम कर रहा हूँ। यहाँ पे प्रोडक्ट क्वालिटी कंट्रोल सेक्शन में देखता हूँ। हमारा ये टेक्नो पार्क बहुत ज़्यादा इको फ्रेंडली है और एज कम्पेयर टू अदर इंडस्ट्रीज।
Within the hustle bustle of Jhajjar, Haryana, lies Munish's workplace. The vast expanse of India's first eco-friendly techno park.
If you go back on the philosophy of Panasonic, it is about eco ideas when it comes to manufacturing units. And the essence of eco ideas is driving 2 objectives. One is green life innovation and second is green business innovation. Green business innovation is whatever you do in your manufacturing capabilities or processes should consume virtually zero energy and should have virtually zero wastages.
Termed as the first Eco Ideas model factory in India, the Panasonic Techno Park manufactures an entire range of eco-friendly products with a definitive scientific edge. With a manufacturing capacity of over 10 lakh sets of air conditioners, 4 lakh sets of washing machines, and 25,000 sets of welding and cutting machines per annum, they stick to their commitment of making environment central to all its activities.
We are also working in making this factory consume zero water when it comes to testing of washing machines, which means there will be a significant amount of savings. So we will go on air testing and we will utilize air for testing our washing machines. Second is this is 100% RoHS compliant, which means the hazardous substances are permitted only to the extent of international standards. There are world-class technologies where we have made 30 or 35% of our production of outdoor units of air conditioners paint-free. So we don't paint. So there is a treatment, special treatment which is done on the outdoor units which makes this product paint-free.
Working towards the bold goal of zero environmental damage, this factory executes a wide range of eco-initiatives.
While you will enter this factory, you will notice that the administration block is powered by solar panels. So the entire energy consumption of this building is actually completely eco-friendly. So that is first aspect. So there are 2 treatment plants in this factory. One is STP, which is sewage treatment plant, and one is ETP, which is effluent treatment plant. So entire sewage water comes to the STP and is recycled and being utilized for the horticulture purposes and is consumed within the factory itself. And when it comes to effluent treatment, which is the testing water of washing machine facility, also comes to the ETP and again recycled, taken back to the factory for the testing purposes. So that's how it goes in the factory.
This state-of-the-art facility guarantees maximum productivity with sustainable manufacturing practices in a quest for zero environmental damage.
We understand that zero was actually invented in India, and today it has become an aspiration for most of the people. Our aspiration in this manufacturing unit is to have virtually zero losses, if I have to say like that. There may be a possibility that in this whole process we may consume some amount of energy, because without using some amount of energy or water or resources, it is difficult to create products. But our endeavor and aspiration is to have zero losses.
India's manufacturing industry is expected to boom. In fact, according to a report by McKinsey, the sector has the potential to create up to 90 million jobs by 2025. Before reporting on our next story, we spoke with DuPont's Anupam Jaiswal on what this means for India's manufacturers.
When you think of sustainable manufacturing, your goal needs to be zero, or you need to strive towards zero environmental impact. And you can do so by a number of things. Think about the processes that you have in place that will minimize the environmental impact that you have. Think about the energy that you use, because as we all know, energy is one of the major contributors to greenhouse gas emissions in the country. You need to think about the raw materials you use. Are you using the right kind of raw materials? Are you using them in the right manner? And are you disposing them off in a manner that is sustainable? So while I'm not sure whether we can ever get to the goal of zero within your manufacturing environment, you always have to try and strive and achieve for that by adopting manufacturing processes, practices within your workplace.
According to World Bank statistics, India lost 6.6% of sales due to power outages in 2006. Today, manufacturers regularly have to down tools due to power outages that can last the entire working day. The industrial sector has had to learn to make do with India's unreliable power system. So while we wait for a national overhaul of our entire electrical grid, what can we do to get closer to Shunya? How can we lessen our impact on the environment while at the same time keeping the lights on? SuCam is one of India's largest power solution providers with a range of power backup products that are not only energy efficient but also reduces the user's carbon footprint.
Right now, the entire northern and eastern grid collapsed.
It's been a massive power grid failure.
Metro services in Delhi that were completely...
July 2012. The world's biggest ever blackout brought half of India to a standstill. Over 620 million people were left without electricity. Meals interrupted. Studies disturbed. And power failure at the most inconvenient of times. Occurrences that are all too common in our lives. Bridging this gap at the time of power lapses.
When the inverters were not there, there were outages. So we are able to give the power supply when there is outages.
To introduce a concept of uninterrupted and quality power supply.
Whatever you are getting from the electricity board, we are giving the same quality power from the inverters and UPSs. So there is a zero deviation as far as power quality is concerned.
In quest for greener and cleaner India.
Whatever solar systems we installed for generating the power, there is a zero carbon emission.
Kunwar Sachdev set up SuCam, an inverter manufacturing company which produces a whole gamut of power solutions like inverters, transformers, batteries and solar products.
In 1998, I started with inverter business because, at my home, I had an inverter and it was always giving me trouble. So one day I saw that inverter and I thought that since I'm in the electronic business, I can do this business also.
Headquartered in Gurgaon, SuCam was the first company in the industry to have instituted a separate research and development unit. With a record of filing 2 patents every month, it encourages its team of innovators to think, dream and build.
In 2002, we got the accreditation from the Government of India, Department of Science and Technology, for our approval of our R&D.
SUCAM manufactures batteries and transformers in-house in Baddi, the industrial hub of Himachal Pradesh. The battery plant manufactures 75,000 batteries a month, whereas the transformer plant has a manufacturing capacity of 3 million transformers every year. The company has endeavored in technology advancement and developed several life-changing innovations over the years. One such milestone was its sine wave technology. When used in inverters, it reduces the humming sound from electrical appliances like tube lights and fans.
Somebody is installing our inverters in their homes or UPSs. The power supply we give it from our inverters is much better than the electricity board, and we have been able to reduce the noise to a zero level.
Then there is the online UPS series from SUCAM, which provides constant power backup with zero switchover time.
Online UPSs are used in various applications, which is a critical, mission critical application, like in your studios, in medical equipment, hospitals, in IT area. Supposedly you buy right now 100 kilowatt and then you want to make it 150 kilowatt, so you have to just add on 50 kVA module. So this is a modular part. So in case things goes wrong, you just take out the module and replace it with the new one. So it's so easy while working, while in the system, when system is running, you can replace these units without any interruption.
SUCAM also made a foray into the solar power industry and developed various appliances to power households, industries, corporate offices and public institutions.
This is a solar power conditioning unit. What it does is, it gives you complete knowledge about what is happening in the solar. So if you see, this is the software we have developed. You can remotely see what is happening in the solar, how much you have produced in a day, how much you have produced in a week, how much you have produced in a month. These products are recently been exported to Afghanistan, American Army. When they are moving, their wireless equipments are on this. So they are carrying these equipment. Wherever solar is available, they just start the solar and start working with their equipment. In Nigeria, this is used in telecom applications, where telecom towers are there and they are using all the telecom towers on solar. Tamil Nadu government, they have used this for street lighting. They are running 10 street lights with one PCU.
With a strong presence across India and 70 countries worldwide, SUCAM meets the need of every customer with its wide range of products.
जब से हमने SUCAM का सोलर सिस्टम लगवाया है, तो हमारा इन्वर्टर भी चार्ज हो जाता है और जिससे हम सारा दिन 2 पंखे भी चला लेते हैं, टीवी भी चला लेते हैं।
इतने हैवी अप्लायंसेस भी इतने स्मूथली चलते हैं कि हमें पता ही नहीं चलता। कई बार लाइट चली जाती है और ऑटोमेटिकली अपने आप ऑन हो जाता है, तो हमें पता नहीं चलता कि लाइट है या नहीं है।
Gives me full power backup. I can even run my X-rays, my compressor machine, which is attached to the chair, with which my drill works.
SUCAM's power backup solutions are engineered to be energy efficient, reducing the user's carbon footprint.
From the power supply products that just work to truly automated production lines, that and the hidden cost of manufacturing in India after the break.
हमारे हस्बैंड तो उसी वक्त वहीं पे स्पॉट डेथ कर गए। छोटे छोटे बच्चे लोग थे, हमारे 3 बच्चे। तो मैं टाटा स्टील में मैं ज्वाइन की।
Steel was not considered as a very safe industry. Unless we make the company very safe, our people will not be safe and the families will not be safe. So we approached DuPont.
DuPont believes that if they really want to make a difference, they have to really go through the culture.